It will be wickedness to decide to marry a wrong person because you know time is going, forgetting that that person becomes the environment of your children. You should not settle to marry someone whose mentality you don't want to see in your next generation. So the idea of marriage goes beyond the ability to contribute good genes to make the children look good. And your mentality about marriage is fire for fire. Stay alone for a while and fire yourself. Don't bring children into that atmosphere where they'll be wrecked because of your decisions. Because before I start teaching you and you feel like the victim, let me help you not to grow to become a villain. There are boys and there are girls. You see, Pastor, please come. This is, in mathematics, there's something we call an integer. So let's say this is a negative integer and this is a positive integer. Let's say this is -2. Let's say this is +2. This lady has worked extra. She's a plus. This guy has abandoned himself. He's a minus. She believes that because of the level of training I've received, what I know and all that, when I meet any man, what I know will overshadow him. +2 -2. The answer is 0. I'm saying that there are people that your home training cannot repair. So let God do his work, and it must be clear he has worked, even if you will say I do. There are disasters waiting to happen. It takes those that their prayer partners have left to marry them. And I say this again. While we understand that the church is a spiritual clinic, the disasters are also there too. There are wolves, there are sheep, there are goats, there are lions. You see, listen to this. What Jesus told Peter is, follow me. I will make you fishers of what? Men. When you fish, you don't just catch fish. You can catch a snake too. Oh yes. You can catch poisonous fish. The one that you have to know how they skin it. If not, that's your last meal on it. That you find the person in church doesn't mean you've seen a child of God. No. Is that okay now? So I'm putting a disclaimer to it. In fact, the way I knew is my husband was that day I saw him around the apostle. Disclaimer. Listen, the concept of building a family is laid on the foundation of sacrifice. If you want to be right always, don't start a home. You can't take nonsense. Go on Twitter. Join the girls. Shout. Go on rampage, do all those things. You see where a girl is kneeling down on her wedding day to serve the husband drink. You are angry. Go. What's that? I don't do all those things. Vex. Lock yourself in the room. Be it up with your own vexing. Don't bring that plague and hang around someone who is trusting God for a destiny partner. Not a problem. And let me tell you this. You see, this thing called pressure, one of the things it does is that it blinds your reasoning. That you see a person, but let's do it on time. It is not for those doing it on time, but for those doing it right. Take your time. Don't get to the point that you will wish you did. Take your time. Be sure. Ask question. Look at our mind and his mind. It is not the best colors that will raise your children or the best food. Let's believe that those questions are useless questions. You are not a chef. And even if you are not going to cook all your life. True or not true? Yes, it was your best food. So I like spiced gizzard. Please be seated. Thank you. Say I hear. Say it again, I hear. You owe it to God and to his investment upon your life to marry right. And I've said this again and again. People went on rampage. The church must learn to normalize breakup. It's part of life. There's nothing special about it. Listen to what I'm saying. It is possible that these two people are pastors in church and they feel they are not good for each other. It's normal. Never marry anybody because of what people will say. If your life goes bad, they will still talk. Last, because somebody was sharing testimony the other time and then said, Tipe, I don't know what that means, but because, see, last, everybody will leave your issue and face their problem. You want to get married and all your thinking is about as fine as you are and as fine as he is. When you come together to produce children, how fine they will be. That's your thought. Have you seen fine children who have been messed up with a very brutal man? Please be careful. Is that okay now? That foundation needs to be laid. Marriage is very honorable. It is not what we rush into.